Hello internet, what are your favourite rock and metal albums of 2025? Let me know in the comment section below, and if I haven't heard them already, I will certainly try and check them out. It's been a great year for new music, especially in rock and metal, and there are so many awesome albums to pick from. In this video, I'm going to quickly run through all of the new records that I was buzzing my nuts off to listen to in 2025 and whether they lived up to the hype or not. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to try and compile a top 5, which isn't going to be easy because there's some banging records in this list. Let's try and do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alien Weaponry, Te Ra, a fantastic new metal, alternative metal band from New Zealand. Check them out if you haven't heard them before. Arch Enemy, Blood Dynasty. It was a good album, but I didn't enjoy it as much as their previous one, if I'm brutally honest. Ash as Astra. They're a fantastic band from Belfast. They've been around since the mid-90s and I love them to bits. They do sort of like indie alternative music and they just pull out hits with every single song that they do. Babymetal, Metal Fourth. The album is primarily collaborative, so I'm not sure how this sits within this list, but I actually preferred their own original songs towards the end of the album, if I'm honest. I want a fully original, non-collaborative effort from Babymetal soon because we haven't had one for a while. Bloodywood New Delhi is a solid record, but some tracks sound quite similar, therefore it becomes a little bit repetitive. I just want a bit more diversity from them, from one track to the next. Castle Rat the Bestiary, a fantastic second album from this New York doom and fantasy metal band that seem to be on everyone's lips at the moment. Conjurer Unself, which was released on October the 24th, and I only got into the band a few weeks before they released this album. It's an amazing record. They're a UK sludge metal, progressive metal band and remind me very much of early era Mastodon, and I'm a huge Mastodon fan, so what's there not to like? Death Heaven, Lonely People with Power. I did a reaction to Winona recently, so most of you will know how I feel about this band and this album. Deftones, Private Music. The guys are back to the best. It's a stunning album, and if you watch my Spotify Unwrapped thing for 2025, it's one of my most played records. Dire Spits, Something to Consume. I literally got into this band yesterday, listened to their album 3 times, made a reaction video. Check that one out. They're like a alternative grunge metal band from Austin, Texas. They're only 22 years old and they are something that you're going to hear a lot more of in 2026. Dying Wish, Flesh Stays Together. I got into this band about a month before they dropped this album on September the 26th, and I must admit that I still prefer Symptoms of Survival, which is their 3rd album, but regardless, it's still an awesome record. Epica, A Spiral, one of the best symphonic metal bands out there in my opinion, and they seem to live in the shadow of Nightwish somewhat, which is a bit unfair, but there's not a bad song on this album. Employed to Serve, Fallen Star. This band get better with each new record, and there's a reason why it's appeared in so many online and magazine polls for album of the year, because it's fucking brilliant. Go and listen to it. Frail, Heretics and Lullabies, a band that I accidentally stumbled upon in an early afternoon slot on the Sophie Lancaster stage at Bloodstock this year. It's a stunning record. Ginger and Jewel, I think that all of the singles are solid, with Jewel being the standout track on the album, but aside from that, I wasn't that impressed. I just expected more from them, and that's only because I think they're an amazing band and definitely one of my favourite bands that I've discovered ever since I started doing the YouTube thing, and I've just got extremely high expectations for them. Lambrini Girls, Who Let the Dogs Out. I saw them live recently and it was absolutely fucking mental. Lorna Shore, I Feel the Ever Black Festering Within Me. This is going to be on lots of people's album of the year. Not so much for me. I still prefer the Pain Remains album, but it's a stunning body of work. Machine Head Unatoned, great record again. They don't make bad records, this band. Margarita Witch Cult, Strung Out in Hell. I've done a reaction, a Saturday showcase episode about those guys. You will have all seen from community posts that me and Mystery Girl love them and we catch them live whenever we can. I just think they're a great stoner rock doom metal band. Great fun live. Highly recommend you watch them live if you ever get the opportunity to do so. Sweden's modern metal torchbearers, Orbit Culture, and their album Death Above Life, which just smashes you in the face from start to finish. It's amazeballs. Some more deathcore with Paleface Swiss and their album Curse, who won me over after a disappointing reaction at the start of this year, and then I saw them at Bloodstock and they were one of my favourite bands. Press Club, a punk Australian band that I love to bits. I've done a couple of reactions to them on the channel and their album To All the Ones That I Love. Rocket, R is for Rocket. They're a relatively new alternative rock grunge band from the States that I did a reaction to a couple of months ago. I can't remember which song, but I actually prefer their EP to this record because I think that the songs on the EP are stronger than the tracks they've put on this official album. Shame and their album Cutthroat, another UK punk band, and me and Mystery Girl saw these live the day after we watched Lambrini Girls, and we're both in agreement. This was one of the best live bands we've seen all year. Some more deathcore with Slaughter to Prevail and their album Grizzly. It's an acquired taste, and I think you've got to be in a certain mindset to listen to it, but it serves a purpose. Sleep Token, Even in Arcadia. I'm inevitably going to upset a load of people out there, but it didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. I loved their first and their third album, but this one just... It didn't connect with me. I just don't get it, so much so that I don't really even classify it as a metal album. Spirit Box Tsunami Sea, despite it being one of my most played records of 2025, I actually still prefer Eternal Blue. Turnstile, Never Enough, enough said. Some more punk from Viagra Boys, and I know that Fantano is a huge fan of this band and this album, and great minds think alike. Some more deathcore, because we don't have enough deathcore on this list, clearly. Whitechapel and their album Hymns in Dissonance. I've been going through this list and trying to compile a top 5, and I simply can't do it, so I'm going to do a top 6 instead because I'm awkward. And in no particular order, this is my top 6 rock and metal albums of 2025. Drum roll please. Castle Rat the Bestiary, Conjurer Unself, Employed to Serve Fallen Star, Frail, Heretics and Lullabies, Orbit Culture, Death Above Life, and finally Turnstile, Never Enough.
Wow. That's amazing.
What do you think of my list? Do you agree with anything I've said, or do you disagree with everything I've said? Please be gentle. I'm a sensitive soul. But in all seriousness, you guys know the kind of stuff that I'm into. So if you think there's something missing from my list that I haven't got around to listening to yet, then let me know down below. I want to wish you a happy new year and thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of the love and support that you've given me in 2025, because literally without you, I am nothing. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourself. Hopefully I'll see you in 2026. Bye for now, people.